Hello, Nichols Mustangs. Thank you again for uh, joining class today. I appreciate you all so much. Understand that we must make sure that we're always taking attendance first, the attendance quiz first. That is in all of your classes. And then secondly, doing whatever the lessons are for that day. And again, I must apologize for not being in the synchronous classroom today. I have a doctor's appointment, and yes, it's going to take me all day long to do what I have to do for the doctor. So I apologize for that. But in any event, all is well. Thank you for joining us with us today. And all week long, we've been talking about the engineering design process, the 6 steps of the design process. And of those 6 steps, I hope that you were able to go through the lessons that I had provided for you and get into your mindset the types of things that are necessary to solve a problem. This whole couple of weeks we've been talking about if there is no need or want for it, there's no desire for it. Engineers don't design it. So what engineers do is that they design things based upon society's needs or wants. Look around your room. Look around outside. Everywhere you look, engineers have designed all of those things, whether it be the bed that you're on, the table that you're sitting at, the chair that you're sitting on, the couch that you're sitting on, the TV in your room, the Xbox that you have, the PS4 that you have, the controllers that you're using, the cell phone that you have, the food that you eat, the forks that you use, getting electricity to you, the water that you use, all of this stuff and so much more. Everything has been designed by an engineer. So, there's a process to it though. They don't just go and start doing something. There's a process to designing. And you can apply this process to things in your life. Homework, there's a process to it. Cleaning your room, there's a process to it. Washing the dishes, there's a process to it. Getting to school, there's a process to it. So when you put a process to it instead of just jumping into it and trying to tackle it, then it works out a lot better. So the first thing that we do is we define the problem. And in the reading that you had, you were defining the problem. One of the things that came up was a design brief. And we'll talk more intimately about the design brief at a later time. But you're going to need a design brief. After you have defined the problem, you then generate concepts. So step 1 is define the problem. Step 2 is generate concepts. Step number 3 is to develop a solution. After you have generated concepts, and when you're generating concepts, you're going to brainstorm. That's generally what you're doing, is brainstorming. And, well, let me back up. I'm sorry. You're defining a problem. You're going to say, well, who says it's a problem? And then, is it a valid problem to be solved? Because when you're solving a problem, that there are some what's called constraints and criteria that need to be made. And those go on your design brief. Criteria is what's required. Constraints are the boundaries for the problem. So then you generate concepts, and that's coming from brainstorming. And in brainstorming, you're just getting ideas on the table. You're not looking for the quality of the idea. You're looking for the quantity of the ideas. So you're trying to get as many as possible. Just throwing all the ideas out there. And then from those ideas, you develop a solution. So you're going to define. You start drawing your detailed sketches, and you're showing all dimensions on the sketches, so that you can see what's going to be built. And after that, then you're going to take that solution and you're going to step number 4, construct and test a prototype. A prototype is is one of a kind. It's one of whatever it is your solution is. You're going to construct and test a prototype. After that, you have it constructed, then you're going to test it. And after you tested it, then you're going to look at your solution. This is step number 5. You're going to evaluate it. So in evaluating the solution, you determine, well, have I solved the problem? Have I solved the problem? And in solving the problem, sometimes what you have, your solution doesn't fix the problem. So what do? You go back to a previous step. And sometimes you may have to go all the way back to the beginning, which is okay. That's why it's a process. But once you have finally gotten it fixed and solved the problem, then you will go and take all of your documents, the prototype, your technical drawings and everything, and create a presentation for your customer. And that's the last step, is to present it to your customer. So all of those, it's just a general overview of the design process. And we're going to need to know that because we'll be using the design process from now until the end of the year. Now, in this, I have given you a whole bunch of answers. Answers to what? To your quiz. I know. You're welcome. That's all I have to say is you're welcome. You don't have to listen. I understand. It's a quiz for you. But you're just going to give to me back the information I've given to you because we've been working on it all week long. So, thank you for doing your best. I need for you to read the question. There are no trick questions, but read the question. Think about the question. Reason with the question. And then select the best answer. And then do your best. You have multiple attempts to take the test, so just do your best. So, when you're finished, then you'll just submit your quiz and we'll be done for the day. Thank you so much for joining with me. And, we're getting closer to the time where we'll be back in the classroom. So, that's an exciting time for you and an exciting time for me. And I know that some of you have chosen to stay virtual. That's not a problem. We will still give you the same quality information that those that will be in the classroom will get. So thank you all so much. I appreciate you more than you can ever know. I'm probably your second greatest cheerleader. Your parents and family will be the first. I'm the second because I want you to succeed and be the best that you can be in whatever it is that you want to do. So I'm done with that because I'll go on because I'm just excited about your future. So let me tell you all this also. Listen, this is a high school credit class. You got to do your work. Some of you are not doing what you're supposed to do. And this goes on your transcript, on your high school transcript. So if you fail or if you get a bad grade, it brings your GPA down. So please, ma'ams, please, sirs, work. I'm not a hard taskmaster. Mr. T, just give me something to work with and we can move forward. So do your work because we don't want any bad things on your transcript or we don't want to have to drop the class for you. So listen, y'all have a good weekend and I appreciate you. We'll talk with you later.